Coming up, I'm going to show you how to see the historical data of Apple's new Today feature tab. Stay tuned. What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of AppMasters.co, the place you go when you want content, app-related content that's working in today's crazy environment. And today I want to talk about something I just stumbled onto as I was doing ASO for a client, a cool little way to see the historical data of Apple's new Today feature. As you know, with iOS 11, Apple redid the App Store completely, and now the focus has been more editorial, and they are doing more features like this. You know, on the Today tab, you can see it defaults to that, right? It used to be like new apps and new games we love, but now it's all about this Today tab. And it's very editorial. They do a really good job of highlighting different apps and then talking about the apps, and it's like they hired some content writers, I believe, to write all this stuff. So in my opinion, it's a great way to see what's happening, what Apple is focusing on, what themes are coming up from an Apple's perspective and what they want to see in apps. And what we've done in the past is actually leverage the list that we've seen through the Apple features to get one of our clients into that list. When they launched it, it wasn't up, but before they launched it, after we started pitching them, they ended up including the client. Now, I think things have changed with iOS 11 because I was back in iOS 10 when they had a little banner. If you guys remember that, they had a little banner for accessibility apps, and then you click on that and you get a huge list. So I think it still works if they have different banners under the apps and games tab, but it's a really good way for me, and my perspective is that it's a really great way to see what Apple is focusing on. And then if there's a similar app that you have, it might be a good fit. And I would leverage that in my Apple pitch. So without further ado, let's get into the screen share. All right, guys, here it is. It's Sensor Tower, our good old ASO friend, Sensor Tower. Now, if you're haven't been following along with our sort of ASO strategies, Sensor Tower and Mobile Action are the two tools that I use when I'm doing optimization for clients. Now, here is what I stumbled onto. So if you go under top charts and news in Sensor Tower, and then you see all these different sections, you go under the feature tab, and then today. Feature link in today. And here, now you have to pay to see even more historical data, but what Sensor Tower has done is shown you the last 4 days of Apple's Today feature. Now, generally, I'll look every single day into the Today tab just to get a sense of what Apple is featuring and see what themes are developing, just to understand like what's happening in the app space. It's something I do every single day, but now I don't have to do it every single day. Maybe I can do it every 4 days and just get a sense of what's been going on. I'll probably still do that. But if you want to look back at the historical stuff just to see what's happening, it is Sensor Tower, and it's a great way of doing it. Now, here is the US one, and you can actually go into the filter this and then go into different countries. So Great Britain would be another one for those you Brits out there. And you can see the Today tab, see what is being highlighted. Here, look at Shoot It Short and Funky, different apps. So maybe if you got, like, I know a friend of mine, one of my first few guests, he created 1 second every day. And he's like, oh man, we got this, like something happened in the UK. I have no idea. Well, you can check, rather than having go into the app store. One of my previous videos says, here's how you change the country. Well, rather than having to do that, you can just go within Sensor Tower and look. And that's what I prefer to do. And then let's switch it to another country, Australia maybe. Boom, you can see all the Australian stuff. Launch your startup. Oh, interesting. Launch your startup. This is a great way of getting there. They've got apps for your startup, building better playgrounds. They got photo pills, all this other stuff. And this is our client. Hey, he made it to he just told me he had a bunch of, he was in the US, so we made the game of the day in November, and then now he has made it for a bunch of other countries as game of the day. I don't know what happened, but essentially, I didn't know if it was translate to more countries, but I ended up getting game of the day in, I think he told me 50 plus countries over the weekend. So I was like, hey, great timing, because I was actually going to create this video too. And so he did really good right here. And from my perspective, why this is so important is that Now with this new Today tab, this is the premier spot you want to get featured on. So before, it used to be just like new apps we love, new games we love. I believe if you get that feature, great, right? But it's not going to drive as many downloads as being in the Today tab. So you really want to focus on what's being featured, what Apple is looking for, what games are there, and then get a sense of like, hey, maybe I can build another game like this, or hey, this is interesting. So it's a great way to see what Apple really, really likes. And that's very important. Now, I can tell you, just because I talked to my client, getting this game of the day, he did over 6 figures in downloads just in that first week from getting game of the day. So really, really high volume just by being game of the day. And that's only in the US. So he's done really well. I just caught up with him really well, really well. So congrats to you, Kripa. But that's the power of the Today feature. And that's why you should focus on it. Check it every day in your app. If you're doing optimization, you're in Sensor Tower every single day, then definitely look at that and see what's going on today, because it has the most recent ones. It has today's, right? Like this is what I just checked. I was like, oh, that's literally what I see in my app. And so if you don't have time to go in your app, definitely take a look at it, because it is a very powerful tool to see what trends are happening in the App Store. All right, so the last couple of things I'll plug, a few things. We've got an event happening in February. I know you guys are in the holidays, so you're probably not thinking about that, but keep your eye on it. It is at mastersconnect.com. Check it out. But we've been doing a lot more events just to connect really amazing people together. It's a very intimate event, only 30 tickets available. We've already sold a handful. So go check out App Masters Connect, and you'll see all our events happening in 2018. Last couple of things is, if you want to see our entire playbook that includes some of the ways that we've been able to get clients featured on the game of today, then go check out appmastersacademy.com. It is something I'm really proud of, because it shows, I hold nothing back. Like literally, it shows you everything that we do for our clients, and you get it for one stinking low monthly fee. Like it is so stinking cheap. You guys can spend hundreds of dollars on Udemy buying all these different courses, or you can get it all for just $25 a month. It is appmastersacademy.com. And I'll see you on the next video.